Hey friends! Hope you're all doing super well. It's great to see you again, and it is finally time for the 10,000 subscribers special. For this, I wanted to do a Q&A like I said before, and luckily quite a few of you came out and asked some questions, so I thought instead of just cherry-picking the ones that I thought were my favorite and making something like that, I'm just going to respond to every comment. The fact that you guys came out and even said anything at all is fantastic, and you deserve at least a bit of recognition. Now, if there is a question that I've already answered, I'm going to skip over it, but I'm still going to try to acknowledge you the best I can, okay? Before we get started, hi, formal introduction. My name is Brighton. It's an absolute pleasure to meet you. I started this YouTube channel as a bit of a knockoff, as a bit of a way to just get my voice out there, and it has grown into something absolutely fantastic. I live with my parents currently, and I have my beautiful, amazing girlfriend, Zoe, by my side at all times, and she is absolutely fantastic. She supports me through this entire process. So, now that you know me, let's get to know you guys, I guess. Let's see what we got. Okay, so, even if they're not questions, I'm going to try to respond to them. So, Nilla Crisp is the first comment here, and it says, I'm first. Congratulations, I am happy for you. I hope that you like your pin. Try to keep it a little shiny for me at least, okay? He then follows it up with, my question, why did you start YouTube and why? Wow, okay, so a very great question out the gate. So I think it's impossible to say that I started YouTube without influence from Markiplier and Jacksepticeye, but I think a lot of people can say that. It doesn't matter if you're a YouTuber, if you're just a person going through things, it doesn't matter. Mark and Jack, and sometimes PewDiePie, depending on who you are, have always been there as an inspiration. They're what made me think YouTube was a viable option, like as a career path. Now, if you're asking in terms of, like, content and the reason I'm a PNG tuber, that would be, like I said before, that'd be like, Postra, yeah, Quinnamin, Noodle. They all have that sort of vibe, and I really liked it a lot. I always thought, yeah, I can just take pictures of myself on a really good day and then just use that. I'm not an artist by any means, so the typical PNG formula wouldn't exactly work for me. But I thought if I used pictures of myself, not only would I be able to do the PNG stuff, but I would also still be able to do things like this, and it's not super shocking. I don't have to do like a big face reveal or anything because you already see me. So I thought PNGs were just a bit of a best of both worlds kind of situation. Thank you so much for the question. That was really good. Next, Lathan Fitzpatrick-VX5ZP. My favorite FNAF animatronic design-wise. Also, you're the coolest new YouTuber and you're rising real quick. To begin, thank you for that compliment. I appreciate it. I'm super happy to be here, and I'm glad you enjoy the content. Favorite animatronic. Okay, so, hands down, out the gate, Glamrock Bonnie. Not even a question. I think his design is the absolute best. Bonnie is my favorite in a general sense for a lot of reasons, on top of being the coolest design of the first four. I think Foxy's really, like, the coolest, but let me explain. Bonnie was always, like, the main figurehead. I know Freddy is the main character, but Bonnie was always the main, like, figurehead. You know what I'm saying? He started an argument over whether he was blue or purple for, like, a few years until people finally started to agree on the same thing, and still to this day, people don't agree. And he was also the first animatronic that Scott Cawthon was ever afraid of, which is incredible, and I think that goes to say something. He was also the best design in FNAF 2, in my opinion. No, not Toy Bonnie. We do not talk about him. But Withered Bonnie, what a great design. Drop the mask, lose an arm. What a formula, right? So yeah, Glamrock Bonnie, not even a question. And for the record, the Glamrock animatronics, Freddy, Chica, Monty, and Roxy, they're all my favorites. Just my favorite, like, crew design-wise. So thank you for that question, too. Yenyen de Hyper. First of all, thank you for the awesome content. You are very welcome. Thank you for being here. And my question is, what inspired you to start a YouTube channel and why? Kind of cliche, I know. Anyways, have a great day. Hey, just answered this a couple seconds ago, sadly. I would love to give, you specifically the attention that you deserve, but, Yeah, I answered a couple seconds ago. You have a great day too. Thank you so much. You're so cool. My question would probably be, where did you get the idea for your YouTube channel style, like as in using a voiceover and sort of picture sprites instead of starting off with a face cam? Was there anyone who influenced that, or did you just decide you liked that style? Okay, so, that's from Michael Height. Ooh, Michael Height 8116, pardon me. Yeah, I answered that a couple seconds ago. Yeah, it was really, the main inspiration was, oh yeah, not gonna lie, just flat out main inspiration. I loved his content. I loved the way he did make his videos, that even that little like bounce that he does in between frames for his character. I use that. In DaVinci Resolve. I take the first image, and then I take the second image, and at the cut point, I move back 3 frames, start big, go small, and the second one starts small and gets big. So it's a noticeable little, like, bounce between character frames, and I got that from him, I will admit that. It adds just a little bit of life and variety to the video. So, yeah, it was definitely, oh yeah, you can see, a lot of his work in my work. Not like plagiarism, I'm not gonna go stealing him or anything, but he definitely was a major inspiration. Thank you for the question. Vanton Jones 320. I was wondering, why did you start your channel with FNAF videos? So, that is another great question. I started with YouTube FNAF videos because, A, I knew that people are still talking about it. I knew that it was something that people would be at least vaguely interested in watching. That doesn't mean I'm going out here and I'm chasing, trends or anything, but I knew that people would actually at least kind of want to listen. And on top of that, I thought it was something that I could talk on for a extended period of time. I could talk on it for months, and still have things to talk about, which I do. Started with trauma, you know, the maps, stuff like that, and I still have quite a few things to talk about. But really, it's also the first thing that popped into my head. I have other things that I want to talk about, and that's a question later on, so I'm gonna address that there. But for right now, I thought that FNAF was just a really good stepping stone, a really good launch board, a good starting point. So yeah, thank you for that. I appreciate that. CatGo2, who or what inspired you to do YouTube? I don't know if you said this yet. I did. That was a good half guess. I did already say that. So sorry about that. Thank you for the question anyway. Electron86 out here quadruple dipping. How are you doing today? Fantastic. Thank you so much. I'm doing the job that I love. It's a sunny day. I'm in my room. I'm doing fantastic. Thank you. What sort of games do you like? So, I don't know if you can tell this, but I am not a super massive horror fan. I mean, there are some that I enjoy, like the FNAF series, Blair Witch. I mean, a Poppy Playtime after Chapter 1, pretty solid. I do need to try Finding Frankie. That game looks fantastic. Yeah, but there's not a lot of horror that I enjoy all that much. I am more of a racer and a first-person shooter kind of guy. You give me something like Black Ops 6, you give me Titanfall 2, you give me, hell, even Apex Legends, that kind of stuff. When it comes to racing, you give me Dirt Rally 2, you give me Grid Legends, you give me the Forza Horizon games before the 4th one. That kind of thing. That's what I like to do in my free time, but I'm also not trying to focus on that all too much for YouTube because I'm trying to keep my work life and my life at least a little separate. But at some point I would like to expand, make another channel for gaming, and I would like to introduce you guys to that aspect of me as well. I think that would be really cool. Thank you so much for that. Where am I at? Yes, okay, question number 3. Do you have any pets? If so, can we see them? Yes, I do. I have a, almost said Boston Terrier, that was my old dog. I have a pit bull named Mac. He's kind of locked out right now because I have my door shut, but I will get a picture. He should be right here. This is my boy. This is him. This is Mac. He's such a good boy. And number 4, would you rather have unlimited bacon but no games, or games, unlimited games, but no games? In parentheses, no, there was not a typo in that. I love the reference, I see you. B, I would probably go with games, unlimited games, but no games, because I do love a good theoretical paradox. Thank you so much, Electron86, and now for the next 3 Q&As, you are barred, quadruple dipping out here. I see you. Arion asks, opinions on garlic. Love it. Love garlic. You can confirm, not a vampire. Right here. Oh, I got something in my teeth. You can confirm not a vampire. I love garlic. I love garlic bread. In my favorite, spaghetti recipe that I do here at the house, I add onion powder and garlic salt. Fantastic. Absolutely magnifique. Thank you for the question. Erased Unity XDX. What content are you planning on making in the future? Okay, so it depends on what you mean. If you mean like next video or like the couple videos after that, I'm planning on doing, hold on, let me just read you my notes. I have some titles written down of what I'm thinking of next. Okay, so I have What Happened to Poppy Playtime. I have one where I play every FNAF game to get over my fear. I'm hoping I can live up to that one, but I'm not sure. I have The Art of Racing in the Rain. That one's gonna be fun. I'm actually really happy about that one. I also would like to make a video on Hollow Knight at some point. The very, very first video on this channel is a 40-minute, I think, if I remember correctly, test video of just me recording footage and uploading it to YouTube just to see how it worked. And that was of Hollow Knight. It was the first... that game doesn't really have chapters. It's like the introduction. I got through the Forgotten Crossroads and into Green Path. So, Hollow Knight, love that game. It's my favorite game of all time, period. Point blank, it's my favorite game ever made. Across 4 different consoles, Xbox, PlayStation, Switch, and computer. Computer's not really a console, but I think I'm at over 250 hours in it. Something like that. I've beaten the Path of Pain. I have done pretty much everything that you can in that game. Not on one save, sadly, but I've pretty much explored that game top to bottom. So I'd like to do something on that as well. Thank you so much. Okay, Midkit Eats Blankets. Double dipping here. What's your favorite and least favorite Five Nights at Freddy's character? Okay, so the favorite, I already answered. Least favorite, funny enough, comes from the same game, The Blob. I hate that thing. I do not like that design whatsoever. I think the melting animatronics were just a bad run in general. The Blob and Molten Freddy, just a bad run in general. But okay, outside of those, like actual like animatronics, I would probably say Burn Trap. I'd probably say Burn Trap is my least favorite. Funny that my favorite and my 2 least favorites come from the same game. Burn Trap, just... Why? Why is he like a paraplegic? Why is he like literally bones? That suit has gone through so much, it's not even funny. And like, I understand that's the point of Burn Trap. It's showing that the suit is like non-existent anymore. But like, why? Like, it just looks so bad. I feel like they could have done so much more with it, but hey, it is what it is. Your second question, what is your favorite and least favorite Five Nights at Freddy's game? Okay, favorite, 4. That's the only one that I've like tried to get through all of. Love that game. Least favorite, 2. So stupid. It is... Okay, I already made a whole video explaining on why the map is bad. Please watch that if you think that's an interesting topic. That is absolutely horrendous. It's such a bad game, and I hate the fact that you have to keep track of the marionette box the whole time. It's like a needy console in Keep Talking and Nobody Explodes. If you get that reference, you are amazing and elite. It's like a needy module. Like, it's literally just an annoyance that I have to worry about, and I hate it so much. It's so stupid. Thank you so much for the question, though. Magical Lawnmower 4764, love the name. Where did the badge come from to replace badge? Is it just part of your name? See, I would love to answer this question, but I feel like it's better if I just leave it ambiguous. It's a part of the name. I will tell you, it doesn't have any like law enforcement background. It's not like anything like supporting police or anything like that. It's just nothing to do with law enforcement whatsoever. But outside of that, I think I'm going to leave that ambiguous for now. Thank you for the question. What was the first FNAF game you ever played, and how long have you been part of the community? Thank you, Lolog XR7TM. God, guys, your names. Wow. First game that I played was 4. Well, it was 4. That was the first one I ever touched. I touched 1 then afterwards, because I was going to go in, like, chronological timeline order, starting with 4 and then working from there, but then I was like, I'll just do release order, and I tried to play 1. And how long have I been part of the community? Since Sister Location came out. When Sister Location came out, I started watching Mark's videos, like, regularly, and that's when I consider myself being a part of the community. I'm not a big part by any means. I don't post a lot about it. I didn't watch a lot of it, but that's when I started gaining interest, definitely. Thank you so much for the question. Okay. I'm not gonna even try to pronounce that. I'm so sorry. I see you. Love the name. Can't pronounce it. All the hair colors that you've had and how you liked them. As I responded in the comments, sadly only pink. But I absolutely love the process of dyeing my hair. It's so fun. I think it helps me express myself way more than I could normally. It's absolutely lovely. Don't get me wrong, I love my hair color. I'm naturally a redhead. Well, like a red-brown, give or take. But, outside of that, love the color. Love the color of pink as of currently, blue hopefully later on down the line, and I love dyeing my hair. Thank you so much. Who's your favorite human character in Freddy's? From Spammonger3105. Hope you're doing well. I love your channel and videos. Thank you. I hope you're doing great too. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate you guys. Everyone's checking up on me. I appreciate that. My favorite human character. Okay. So that's a bit of a question. Are we counting our good boy Mike Schmidt? Are we counting him? Because I think he would be my favorite, not gonna lie. But that is just, I don't know, because Gregory's also pretty high up there. He's just a kid. He's just a kid, and they portray his feelings and his emotions really well. And I think he bounces off of Funtime Freddy really well. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna go with Gregory. I think I'm gonna go with Gregory. Yeah, Gregory, definitely. Thank you for the question. Kepo0, favorite music albums. Voice Notes by Charlie Puth. And Scaled and Icy by 21 Pilots. And then The Slow Rush, Tame Impala. I refuse to elaborate. French the Guy. Why do you have a badge and what does it mean? I don't have a badge, actually. The only badge that I have is my 5th grade, safety patrol badge that is still hanging on my living room wall. Favorite foods. Ooh, okay. So, favorite foods. I don't really have favorite foods. I like to just eat. Not gonna lie, I like to just eat things. But I think if I had to pick like a top 3, I would go with spaghetti that I talked about earlier, lasagna, and then shrimp scampi, specifically from Red Lobsters. If you know, you know. Skullmuka1186. Alright, bro, I've never done a Q&A. However, since you're small and 10,000, never mind, just kidding, wanted to make a joke, but on to the question. It was funny, I promise. If I had to choose one animatronic to fight, who would it be? Whole lot of clarifications. No weapons. Anything they've done in the game is canon. For example, Golden Freddy randomly appearing, something like DJ Music Man leaving when you turn around and see him is not canon. No book characters. You are yourself, not in the FNAF universe. Blank white void with unlimited black floor. And finally, you cannot wait for them to die as they would live longer, and even if they don't, I am giving you both a week to kill each other. Okay, wow. That was a lot out the gate. So, let's see what we can do here. Okay, so I'm glad you said no book characters, because I wouldn't pick any anyway. Oh, that's not true. The book collection does have like the little plush trap thing. Oh my god, plush trap. That was right there. Plush trap, definitely. That is, I think it's the easiest one to pick. He's just a little guy. Like, I'm sure you could get a couple good scratches in, but as long as you like keep the mouth away from you, I feel like you're chilling. Or the tiny DJ Music Men from the Security Breach. But I feel like those are cop-out answers. I'm assuming by the question you mean like full, big-sized, full-on animatronics. Let's see. I would probably go with... Oh gosh, I don't know. This is a good question. Oh wow. Dang. Christ, I don't know. None of them are good options. None of them are good options. Let's just go with... Let's just go with Fredbear. Let's just go with Fredbear. The OG, the one that started it all. Bite of 83 my shit. Just get it done and over with. I'll take my losses. Clarence Glenn, 6246. What is your process and plan creating a video? And we'll get to that second question in a second. What's my process for creating a video? So right now, it is hyperfixation based. An idea kind of pops into my brain, and then I write it down in my notes like I was showing earlier. And then from there, whatever idea my brain starts to like latch onto casually, like if I'm out at work and then my brain starts thinking about what I could do for the video, I know that's the right one. And I go with that. Then from there, I just pick from the list and I go down and I use that. When it comes to like actually starting a video, I use DaVinci Resolve. I write out a script. It depends on how long I want the video to be. That depends on how long the script is going to be, obviously, except for this one, unscripted entirely. And then from there, I do the voiceover first, and then I put that into DaVinci, get all of the audio laid out. And from there, if I have any gameplay that I want to use, I grab that after that process, and I get the length that I need, so I know how much I need to play. And I also grab my files that I need from the internet from there. All of the pictures, all of the references, everything like that. I do that during the editing process as well. After all of that is said and done, after all of that editing, I do the music. I put that together. I use Epidemic Sound. It's not a great library, but I have found for background music, Afro-funk goes incredibly hard. I found that last video, and it was so good for no reason. God damn. And the second question, when will you give Sister Location the respect it deserves? I think it tried something different, and I think it did mostly well. I think you're wrong. Not to sound like, oh yeah, here, but that game is not good. Have you played it recently? I think that's a good question, because I was under the exact same impression that you were for a long time. But then, yeah, kind of had the same process of what I did, where it was, you play it for a little bit, and you think it's really good, and then you leave, and you come back, and then it's like, wow, this was not great. And I agree. I think, yes, it was unique and it tried something different, and I will respect it for that, but that doesn't mean it was a good game. Like, it doesn't mean it was good. The minigame-based system is pretty dumb, all things considered, and I don't exactly appreciate it in any way, shape, or form. I think just, like, the set nights is way better overall, and I will appreciate it a lot more. Always have, always will. So, thank you for the question, but, yeah, not really gonna have to agree with you on that one. Do I plan on doing collabs ever? That is a great question. So, as of right now, I really don't think so. I'm not looking to collab up or collab down. I don't have the schedule for it right now. Between working my regular job and working YouTube, I don't want to hold someone to my schedule, and I also don't want to be held to a schedule. In the end goal, I of course have any dream that any other YouTuber would have, working with my favorite people. So sorry, I'm out of breath. I was dealing with a bug problem just a second ago, so I had to cut there. Working with people like Mark, working with Jack, working with, yeah, with Quinneman, with those guys would be fantastic. I think we would have a lot to talk about. And I would hopefully get to be friends with some of them, at least. And then also, as I get bigger and this becomes my sole job, I would also like to start aiming down. I would like to start collabing with some of my fans, having them on to do things. I think that would be really, really cool. And thank you for asking about it. I think it would be really cool. Alex Gagalax? Going with that. 2866. So, guys, we did it! We did! We're here! 10,000! God, I didn't think I'd ever do it. I thought I thought that on that first video, seeing 4,000 views was amazing. I don't know if you guys remember, but even seeing 1,000 subscribers was awe-inspiring to me. It was absolutely insane. What are you planning on creating later? Got that one already. Well, will your PNG tuber have dyed hair in the near future, or will you stick to the brown hair color? I am planning on redoing those about once a year. Nothing super crazy. Just so as I like get older and get better, you can see me go through that stage. But I'm not planning on changing it every time I dye my hair. That's egregious. That's a lot. 3, will you change your PNG tuber to be drawn, or will it continue to just be you? So, that's a great question. Initially, when I first wanted to get started, I had this character in mind. It was, you know, a biblically accurate angel. It was one of those as, like, a head, and then it was, like, just the body of, like, me. Just, like, the body of, like, a teenager. Wearing, like, a varsity jacket, like a Letterman varsity jacket, and it was... I liked that design a lot, but I didn't think it was quite right. I don't know. So, I don't know. I think I'm gonna stick to just me for a long time, and then if I switch to drawn, it's because I feel like it's the right time. But for now, it's definitely just gonna be me for a while. That was from Evgesha Kemini? Thank you. Also, said that hope that these questions are not too boring. No, not boring at all. Thank you. And keep it up, man. I really enjoy your content and style, and your voice sounds really nice and warm. Thank you. I appreciate that. Well, if you do like my voice, you're going to hear a lot of it right now, because I'm going to be doing this for a couple hours, probably. So, thank you for that. I appreciate that. Would there be any games you probably would never cover for any reason whatsoever? Weird question, I know. I can't think of anything off the top of my head that I would never cover. Just like flat out no. Like you couldn't pay me enough to do it. I don't think so. There are some weird games out there that I think shouldn't be covered, but I feel like I trust myself to explain a game in like a educational and informative context. I wouldn't ever do anything like weird. But I don't think there's a game that I would just flat out no, would never do it. Thank you for asking though. I appreciate that. Umbra Resistis. Jacob Phillips 3204. Thank you for asking, what is your favorite FNAF game? Got that one. Do you have any YouTubers that influenced your editing style? Yep, got that one too. And how long do you think you would survive in the universe of the games without any prior knowledge of FNAF? So if I was just a security guard walking into this, a night. If it's 2, probably also a night. I also wouldn't be in that situation. I feel like as soon as I saw one of them move, don't care, leaving, gone. Thank you, shift is over, going home. Appreciate that though. So yeah, probably about that long. Thank you for that question. What is your favorite color by Fantastic Star? Love that name, by the way. It changes based on the day, but you can almost always find my favorite color in a picture of the sky. I have had my favorite color be sky blue. I've had it be cloud white. I've had it be that really dark purple color that it gets to be around midnight. I've had it be sunset orange, sunset pink, sunset purple. So just take a picture of the sky, and my favorite color will definitely have been in that portrait at one point or another. I am the Scout here, 8556. What's your favorite FNAF game, even if you haven't played it yet? Already answered that. It's 4, and I did play it. I played a whole lot of it. Thank you for the question. Kel1590, how are you? I am great, just like I was last time. Thank you so much for asking. Jamie Irvin, 4954. What's your favorite FNAF game? What is your favorite game if it's not a FNAF game? So I touched on both of these earlier. Favorite FNAF game? What's my favorite game? Hollow Knight. Favorite game I've ever played. It is not for the faint of heart. It does not explain itself to you. It does not tell you what you need to do or where you need to go, except for like these broad stories, like paint strokes that you get. It doesn't really go in for the finer details. But now that I have come to learn it and understand it, I absolutely love it. The fighting mechanics are great. The charms are great. The world building is great. Everything is fantastic. Love it so much. Alpha26, what was the first FNAF game you fell in love with, either for art style, gameplay, story, or something else? The gameplay loop. The idea of closing the door and, like, it feels controllable. It feels like you are your own source of death in that game, and I think that's why it stands out for me. I feel like I can run up to a door, open it, close it, and if I make a mistake, it's my fault. Sometimes in the other games, it's real RNG-like, or it's like reaction time based. Like in 2, the Freddy mask, it's really reaction based. As soon as they get in the room, then you have to drop it down, and that's like not controllable. In 4, you are the only reason you die. If you don't check on the doors, if you don't look behind you, I feel like that's more controllable. I feel like that's not coming across right because you are in control for all of the other games, but if you get my vibe, you get my vibe. Jake from Whole Foods 1370, I'm so sorry about your older brother from State Farm taking your spotlight. Is this the direction you expected your channel to go when you started? So, I haven't really picked a direction yet. I am in the FNAF realm right now, but I feel like I have to be like 10 videos deep to really have like picked a direction. And I don't count these like little mini videos as videos, but I don't think so. I was expecting some FNAF content out the gate, but I didn't expect to make as much as I currently am, or walking down the mascot horror line that I'm thinking of doing. No, I didn't expect that at all. I was really expecting... I don't know what I was expecting, actually. I was just making a YouTube channel for fun, and now here I am. So thank you for asking. Okay, Crab4403. You have 3 questions for me. Guys out here double, triple dipping. I see you. Which setting stirs your soul with a special feel? I find a kind of quiet joy in the cold, starry night where the lights shimmer in solitude. It's just me and the glow, undisturbed by any other soul. That's a very beautiful scene you just described. For me, funny enough, talking about the sunset, it's at sunset, sitting in my room. My room, that window that you can't quite see, that window, hey, there's my computer, that window right there, perfect shot of the sunset. The sun sets through that window every day. So just sitting down and watching the sunset while I'm writing my next script, it's just so peaceful. And I set my little speaker out like somewhere in like one of the corners of my room, and I just play some like lo-fi or some like chill rap, and it's so nice. Thank you so much for asking. God, I miss it. I need to do that now. May your journey through this realm be filled with wonder, and may you savor every moment of it. Thank you, Master Uguay. What arrangement of ingredients delights you the most? I find great joy in the lasagna formation. I too find great joy in the lasagna formation. The pizza formation in general of bread, sauce, cheese, topping. Very pleasant. The hot dog formation, also a very common use. The burger formation, also very nice. I will say the one that brings me the most joy must be the burger formation. Don't ask why I'm slowly going British. It felt correct for this bit. Thank you so much for the question. Brendan Conway, 9849. Would you talk about other games like the Sonic series or Hi-Fi Rush? Haven't played either of those, so sadly, probably not. Or have most of the interesting topics that you would like to talk about have already been thoroughly covered by other YouTubers, and you'd prefer to continue doing the wholly original content that you have been doing so far. Love the videos regardless. Thank you for that. I appreciate that. I love making them. Thank you for being here. So, I don't even care if my topics have been thoroughly covered. I'm still going to cover them anyway, because I feel like I have my own opinions, even though they agree with someone else. And I will never just rip content from another person. So I think I'll just talk about anything that I would like to. I would like to talk about Gravity Falls, too. Didn't say that earlier. I would like to talk about a lot of things. And even though those are topics that have been thoroughly covered throughout YouTube, I feel like I bring something different to the table. I am my own person, my own special YouTuber. So, yeah, I'm definitely gonna try to do things like that. Thank you for the question. Midnight Taylor, my question for you is, what was the inspiration to create your channel? Like, what drove you to create it? Ooh, sorry, I got a little late to that one. I answered that a couple minutes ago. Thank you for the question, though. Riptide Satyr. Great name. Did you ever think you would hit 10K so quickly? No. No, I did not think I would hit 10K so quickly. It's actually kind of a problem that I hit 10K this quickly. I feel like I didn't get the chance to, like, get my footing and, like, settle in before I got, like, this big. Which I am still small, don't get me wrong. But, like, I wish I would have gotten a bit of a time to grow a more, like, centered community before I got started, but I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful to be where I'm at. The dream is looking more and more real every day, and I cannot even begin to explain how fantastic it is. Thank you so much for asking that question. No, I did not expect it at all. What equipment do you use for making your videos? The camera, microphone, editing software. Okay, so the camera that you're looking through right now is a Logitech C920. I've been meaning to upgrade it, but it is pretty solid, as you can see. For especially a starter, it's a 1080p camera, and it records very well. I haven't had any overheating issues. It doesn't take batteries. It just plugs in as a USB slot, and it's working very beautifully for me. For the microphone, this is an Elgato Wave 3, and it's the first mic I ever bought, first mic I've ever used, and I like it a lot. I very much appreciate how good it is. It's a bit pricey, but I think it's worth it, personally. Editing software, DaVinci Resolve. It's free. Everything that you could want as a YouTuber is there on it, and on top of that, they have really good, like, free online courses that walk you through the entire process. They even give you, like, a practice prompt and, like, files to work with. Super cool. It runs you through everything that you could need for a YouTube channel and more. Great. Thank you for the question. Saivathi, have you ever gotten scared by any other game like you did from FNAF? No, I've never been that scared of a game in my life. I don't think. Doesn't matter if it's the normal titles, the VR titles, I have never been that scared of a game in my life, and I don't know if I ever will be. Absolutely fantastic question. Ewan B 1086, would you consider challenge-styled videos like Astral Spiff once you get comfortable playing them? Maybe? Again, that feels more like a gaming channel kind of situation later on down the line, but maybe. I don't see why not. Maybe something to look forward to. Mr. Rhombus, if you play modded Minecraft, what are some of your favorites? I don't, sadly. I've been messing around with add-ons in Bedrock, because I'm a Bedrock player. My girlfriend doesn't have anything to play Java on, so I have kind of been locked out of that world. But I sadly don't play it. Thank you for asking, though. Fluffy Faven, what's your favorite film? That's an impossible question. You can't just ask someone what their favorite film is. It's like saying, what's your favorite organ? And of course, everyone can pick a favorite organ, but you need all of them to live. Okay, so top 3. Real Steel with Hugh Jackman, Ford vs. Ferrari, and Whiplash. Top 3. I refuse to elaborate further. Edible Bacon, are there any other games you'd like to talk about on this channel? Maybe we could even see some gameplay videos or streams. Maybe! Streaming, especially. The other questions I kind of already hit on, but streaming, maybe. If I get to the chance where I can do this full-time, absolutely. I would love to stream either my editing process, my game gathering process, or just hang out with you guys on Twitch. I did it for a very brief period of time. I think I got like 3 viewers, and then I quit. But yeah, maybe, absolutely. IndieVids 5001. I hope someone else hasn't already asked this, but what video game franchise are you a fan of besides Five Nights at Freddy's? Okay, game franchise, meaning multiple. I would probably say the Lara Croft series, the Tomb Raider series. I would say Midnight Club, love that franchise. Forza Horizon, Forza Motorsport. The Grid series is very good. The Titanfall series is fantastic. Call of Duty, of course, but that's like everyone's. The Wii Sports franchise, because there are quite a few of those, yes. The Mario universe? Pretty big fan of those games, including the Luigi games, like the spin-offs. Those are pretty solid, and Mario Kart. Pretty solid. And that's about all I can think of off the top of my head. Thank you so much for asking. What's the total storage space taken by all of the images for the videos? So, if you're asking for, like, a full video set out, all of the screen recordings, all of the screenshots, everything like that, I have absolutely no idea. I have a 4 terabyte hard drive that I just kind of like stuff them into once they're uploaded so I can like hold on to the footage. The images themselves, little PNGs, no more than 10 megabytes apiece. And I have 13 of them, so like 150 megabytes total, and that's like the maximum. They're just photos taken, put in Photoshop, and then the background is removed, and that's it. So nothing crazy. Thank you for asking. Skipping those two. General Quackers 2009. Congrats. My question is, are you going to make any gameplay gaming videos or strictly commentary? Answered that a little bit ago. Maybe a gaming channel. But for now, mostly just commentary on things. Ace H. What does the badge mean in respect to badge? It is not Balahaj. I do not know what this is, and I'm not going to look into it until after this video, so I'm going to sit here and be clueless. Why is my ceiling particle board? I built it myself. Not kidding. Not joking. This room. Family built it ourselves. So that's why we went with particle board. It was a cheap-ish solution to a no roof problem. So now here we are. Thank you for asking. Saxella, dude, I think. This is only my second video of yours I've watched, the first being FNAF maps. My question, should you choose to answer, is what inspired you, not only to make videos, but what style you present them? Hit on this one already. Thank you so much for asking. I appreciate it, though. Siren of Sticks, what kind of topics do you want to cover in the future? I'm assuming FNAF is going to be... Oh, wow. Okay. Okay, so I'm not going to read all of that. So sorry. I'm glad that you enjoyed my meta-analysis. I thought it was a really fun angle to look at the FNAF universe at, because I don't really see it a lot. I don't think I'm going to dive any more meta than that. I feel like it's just getting, like, too complicated for no reason. I feel like it's getting to be too much, too often. But I do enjoy talking about things like this, and, I hope that I can talk about more meta things in the future. Thank you so much for asking. That's very cool of you. Nappy oh whoa. What's the worst comment you've seen on your videos? So, the worst comment I've ever seen, I am not allowed to say on YouTube. It was my first ever hate comment. I don't remember who it was by, and I don't feel like giving them the attention they deserve. But it was, not fantastic. Let's just put it like that. Okay, I love all of you guys, and you're a very, very welcoming and wholesome community thus far, but we have a couple rogue agents among us, if you will say. Golhup, what's your favorite game when you were young? Real Steel, the game. If you forgot about that relic, I understand, but it is a good game that does not deserve to be forgotten. Either that or Split Second. That was also a great game. You know what else was great? Hydro Thunder. That was a freaking beautiful racing game, but it was about boats. It was great. Any of those, Real Steel, Split Second, Hydro Thunder. If you haven't heard of them, look them up. All of them are 360 era games, and they are fantastic. Look them up. Ruby Frog Fredbear. What 2 characters would you ship? Out of any universe ever? The Vessel and Hornet from Hollow Knight. What is your favorite hobby? Bowling. Did it for about 18 years. Not 18, sorry, 13 years. And then retired for a bit, and now I'm kind of trying to get back into it, but I do really love this sport. And I'm not too bad at it either. Birthday or Christmas? Christmas. Definitely Christmas. I get way more out of it than my birthday. Plus, my favorite birthday spot to go to recently closed down in my town, so... how do I go about motivation? I don't go about motivation. No, I'm kidding. My motivation is telling myself that it's going to work out. Knowing that this is something that I love to do, and a job that I can make in the future, that is how I keep myself motivated. I know that I will make this work out. I will get bigger. I will make a job out of this. This will be my career because it's my dream. So I just keep telling myself that it's gonna work. It's gonna work. It's gonna work. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. Plus, I went into this knowing that the YouTube algorithm is kind of a crapshoot. It's just kind of a roll of the dice to see what hits. And then from there, I just am going to keep working. Just going to keep working and working and working. And eventually it will happen. Thank you so much for asking. GeoBlitz, how do you pronounce your channel name? And also, who's your favorite FNAF character? Respect the badge. Respect the badge. Favorite FNAF character? Glamrock Bonnie. Thank you for asking. What's your favorite and least favorite animatronic in FNAF? Glamrock Bonnie and the Blob. So, asking for the number on the front of my mother's credit card, the date on the back, and the 3 numbers on the back by Clockwise. Thank you so much for asking. Not going to answer that. So sorry. Very cool channel. Hope to see more stuff soon. Me too. I hope to get more stuff out. Thank you so much for the compliment. And I'm glad you're here, Clockwise. How did you first get the idea to make content like this? What was the hardest part of working up to making this kind of stuff? Also, what is your favorite animatronic? So the hardest part of working up to this was turning one day into day one. Now, I'm not going to go like full motivational speaker, but like it was very hard to say, I'm going to start. I'm going to do this. I'm going to make this happen. It was near impossible. I had this computer for a good 1.5 years before I started doing work like this. And I knew that it was a possibility the whole time. When I built this computer, I bought a microphone and a camera with it, knowing that I was going to try to start YouTube, but I didn't do anything with it until recently. That was the hardest part. The ideas are still flowing as of currently. My creative streak has not ran out yet, haven't hit an artistic roadblock. Yeah, getting started was the hardest part. Favorite animatronic? Glamrock Bonnie. Outside of the FNAF scene, what type of games do you enjoy? First-person shooters and racers, as I said. Chill Bear, what is your plan for the channel would be my question, if I have one. So, like I said, I would like to branch out into a second, more like, gaming channel. But for now, just commentary, talking about things that I like, that I really enjoy. And yeah, that's about it for right now. Thank you. No Life IDK, I can't think of any questions, I'm just commenting because why not? Same, man. Would you make some videos about FNAF fan games? It's a big part of the community, and it would be fun to hear your opinions on the location of some of the most popular fan games. I think it would be a fun idea to just start an entire series that is like the FNAF maps, the fan games, the real games, it doesn't matter, just whatever they are. I think it would be a fun idea to start a series of, and I think if I start like running out of ideas to talk about, then I will definitely toss one of those in as a little like haha callback video, but I think that would be pretty fun to do. Thank you, Would a Mister. Josh Bread, might be a really basic question, but I'm curious about what possible projects and videos you have in mind for the future. Read those towards the beginning, actually. So those are my projects for the future. That's all I've got really thinking about right now. And if I come up with more, you will be sure to hear about it. The Red Hair 2483. I just have one big question for you that I hope you answer. How's your day been, and overall, how have you been? That's a really big one. That's a really big question. I feel like you're asking a lot out of me here, Hair. There's a lot. I'm doing great. I'm doing fantastic. Thank you for asking. And how have I been overall? I've been good. I've been working. I've been working at work. I've been working at here. Been spending time with my girlfriend, getting ready for Christmas. It's just a good time. Right now, I'm very happy to be alive. SFMD5764. This is the first video that I'm seeing of yours that was on the YouTube. Hey, I need help. If you could combine with an animal and have its features like Spider-Man, what animal would you want to be combined with? Just a random one. So when you say like Spider-Man, I'm assuming you mean stay human but inhabit its powers. That's what I'm guessing you mean. And if that's our case, I would probably go with... I think a blue poison dart frog would be kind of cool, but if I can't control it, then it would just be like a rogue situation, and I don't want to do that. I would probably go with an ant. Right, why would you go with an ant? Ants are very good at what they do, and they can also lift up to about, 50 times their own body weight, which is stronger than a bear. A bear is as strong as 10 men. That was my first guess, just for the super strength. But no, ants can lift, like, up to 50 times their own body weight, which is absolutely wild. I would love to do that. Or a flea. A flea, okay, so take like a flea's jumping distance and then just like translate that to a human being. You could jump a football field in one jump. I'm in. I'm down. So either an ant or a flea. Give me one of those. What size shoe do I wear? 9.5 men's. Trickster the Femboy. I was really worried this was going to be a fraudulent copy strike on a video or something, but I'm glad it's just this. Yeah, me too, actually. After the Candyland video, I was expecting, like, Golden Lane or, like, one of the developer teams to just be like, hey, let's not talk about our game, okay? Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Take it down now. But luckily, that didn't happen, and also that video didn't do great, so I bet I just kind of, like, skimmed under the radar, even if it is a problem. So, yeah, me too. My questions are thus: what's your favorite FNAF animatronic overall? Gotcha. And from each game. Okay, well, never mind, you got me. So, FNAF 1, Bonnie. FNAF 2, Withered Bonnie. FNAF 3, Phantom Foxy. FNAF 4... Nightmare Freddy from Sister Location. Oh, that's a tough one. I think Ballora. I like her vibe. Well, I don't like her vibe, but I like her, like, characterization. I think Ballora is going to be the one for that one. I feel like I'm skipping a game here, but from Pizzeria Simulator, that is going to be Lefty. Love that animatronic design, plus the marionette is in it. Absolutely beautiful. Sorry, the puppet is in it. Absolutely beautiful. I'm not going to count AR. From Security Breach, that's a tough one. Security Breach is a tough one. I like all of them. They're, like I said earlier, they're my favorite designs for the entire series. So it's kind of hard to pick, but if I had to go with one, I would probably go with Freddy, just as like a design. And that's of the ones that we see like in-game. I'm not trying to just completely disavow that I said Glamrock Bonnie the whole time we got to this point. But like the ones that we like actually get to like physically see in-game, moving, functioning, working. Probably Freddy, but if you're counting all of them, then Glamrock Bonnie, obviously. And what other games do you like? Already covered that one, but thank you for asking anyway. Fantasy Ellie, I think that's what I'm going with. Is this a FNAF channel or just about whatever you're currently interested in? Because your bio says this is a one-stop shop for a hyperfixation yap session, so real, and hyperfixations change. It's that second one. Just a hyperfixation channel. Just whatever I feel like talking about is going to just start fumbling out of my mouth into a YouTube video. Currently, it just happens to be a lot of FNAF stuff because it's what I have on my brain. But like I said earlier, got a lot of other stuff that I would like to talk about, for sure. Thank you so much for asking. Dean, 2 days ago, what's something you want to share that hasn't been asked in this Q&A? So this far, no one has asked me about my girlfriend, Zoe, and I would like to talk about her. We met in 9th grade at in a musical theater class. We didn't really know each other back then, and then there was a couple years of distance. In 11th grade, we started to talk and hang out, but like not outside of school really, because she hated me and I thought she was scary because she is a wrestler, very, very good wrestler, by the way. She kicks my ass and I let her. But just her. I just like talking about her. I just like talking about her. She's great. She's fantastic. And I wish somebody would have asked, but it's okay. Thank you for asking. Eli Stevens, scariest game you've ever played? Alien Isolation. Yeah, buddy 8. What is your dream job and where do you wish to live? Dream job? I'm sitting on my desk doing it right now. If it becomes my job, I will be absolutely ecstatic. Not even a question. Where do I wish to live? I don't know. I am an American, and I don't know if you know anything about the American political system right now, but it's not fantastic. It's not great. So I kind of want to get out of that whole situation, but I don't know if anywhere else is any better. I mean, the UK sounds nice, Japan sounds nice, but I am a person of color, so you're either really, really interesting and you're never gonna get left alone, or you're really, really interesting in the bad way and you're never gonna get left alone. Australia sounds cool, but they don't have gun rights, so, you know, and then there's Canada. You're there. What's up, oh yeah? Jupiter Whoopiter. Why did you dye your hair, mister? My girlfriend convinced me to. Oz Film, would you ever get more piercings? And what about tattoos? Also, I'm very jealous of your smile. Hand it over. Never. And with that, my friends, we come to the end of this Q&A. Did you enjoy this kind of content? Did you enjoy this more conversational-like, where there's not really a lot of editing, just me talking at you for about an hour and a half? Did you enjoy your question being answered? Were you heard? Were you not heard? Would you like to add a second question? Please leave it in the comments, and I will get to you as soon as I can. I do read them, as I just proved, and I will certainly try to I will certainly try to contact you and get you the answer that you would like. Thank you all so much for being here. I am Respect the Badge, and I will see you all in the next one, hopefully very, very soon. I loved doing this. This was great, getting to interact with you guys like this. I hope that I can do more like it in the future and in some facet, because I like hearing from you guys. These questions were great. I loved answering them, and it was nice being able to just have a conversation with you guys A to B. Thank you so much for letting me do this. I love you all very much, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye-bye!